Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum
at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT.
This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and internet. If this resonates with you, don't miss this Sunday. Digital Business Forum. Be informed, be inspired.
All right.
Wherever you're watching us from, welcome to yet another episode of the Digital Business Forum, where we link up every Sunday, 2 p.m. PST, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And what time is that, GMT?
It's, I think, UK time.
UK time? Yeah, what time usually?
GMT, it's right now, I think it's 9 p.m. It's no
9
longer
p.m.
10 p.m. Yeah.
Thank you for that. 9 p.m. GMT. Yes, my name is David. I'm a senior advisor on cybersecurity here in the US, in the heart of the Silicon Valley. I host this every Sunday with Dorothy. And tonight I have the pleasure to host a gentleman that will have an opportunity to introduce himself. Josh, you're welcome. And yes, I would like to take the opportunity to allow Dorothy N to come and introduce herself. Then we'll have Dorothy M. And finally, we'll have guest for tonight, Josh, to introduce himself. Dorothy. Muted.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much wherever you are watching us. If it is your first time, our platform is a digital business forum. So be informed, be inspired with the mighty D's, Dorothy and Dorothy M, and David K. So today it's a special day for us because as most of you, you've been asking us, is this business only for women? Today we have a gentleman in the house. So my name is Dorothy Nakalemo, by the way, and I'm originally from Uganda. I'm a proud digital business coach, and currently I live in the USA, California. I'm a former, oh my God, had a lot of jobs by then. So I was an AML, like anti-money laundering analyst. I was a safety and environment officer, but all those are, should I call it a gone case for me? And that's it. Back to you, David.
Thank you for that brief introduction, Dorothy. We'll allow Dorothy M to go for it. Dorothy?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So my name is Dorothy, and I have been in the healthcare field for so many years, I think over 16 years. And now I am a digital business mentor and owner. And I'm grateful that I was able to find something that really helped me cut down on hours. Like everybody knows that healthcare professionals really work so long hours from, 16 to 12 to even 24 when you're on call. But, when you start your own business, all that is gone. And I'm happy that Josh is here because the wife was a nurse and she worked those long shifts. And you know what? He's going to tell you more about how she was able to cut it down. Maybe, I think even retired. We'll see. We'll hear it. Let me not give all the information. I just want you to be curious because it's a life-changing business. And we are happy to have Josh today. Welcome, Josh. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothy, for that introduction. And finally, let's have our guest for tonight, Josh, kindly.
Yes, hello, and hey, it's a pleasure being on your show. Thank you for having me. My name is Josh. I'm from Florida, here in the USA, originally from California, and I have a little over 20-year background in financial services, primarily insurance and real estate. And now of course, a proud digital business owner and an online business coach with my wife, PB. She's off in another meeting right now. Otherwise, normally she'd be joining me here. But and yes, she's a former ICU nurse and retired nurse at this point in time.
Wow.
Fantastic. Wow, something caught my ear and attention. You said you're originally from California.
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, that's very exciting. I'm sure one of these fine months or years or days will interface. Do you ever come back to California by any chance?
I do once in a while. Mostly Northern California. I'm from Sacramento originally.
Oh, you're
Wonderful.
close.
We're all in Northern California.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I frequent Sacramento because that's where primarily my head office is. So, yeah, Okay, beautiful. Welcome, Josh. It's such a pleasure to have you here. Like Dorothy mentioned, we haven't had very many men or gentlemen joining us because the ladies are many and they're readily available. But the question has always been, is this a business for ladies only? And the answer is no, because I'm not a lady. I'm a man. And we have Josh joining us tonight, and such a wonderful opportunity. Josh, I would like to go straight into the conversation. We have viewers out there that are interested in knowing more about these opportunities we talk about here every Sunday. People that are doing traditional jobs, and they're looking at the trends and surely embracing the fact that a lot of things have gone digital. Technology is here and it's here to stay. AI is here, and there's just nowhere to hide. I do have a simple one for you. Could you just elaborate for our viewers on your journey into this online digital world and what motivated you to go digital?
Yeah, so I've it's been now 22 years since I've had a job. I ventured into the entrepreneurial space a long time ago, but it's been up and down, successes and challenges, and a lot of stress. I had hair back then, but my wife and I, we've been married 8 years now. We've always done well, in our careers, but we also have a lot of obligations. We take care of ourselves. There's extended family that we help support. My wife's from Vietnam. We have family in Vietnam that we also help support, and so there's just a lot on our shoulders. And so we're always looking for more, something else, something extra, something more, whether it be some kind of side hustle, some kind of investment. And unfortunately, we invested in something that turned out to be like a Ponzi scheme, and we lost a lot of money, and that really set us back, kind of sent us spiraling. So because of that, we went from just really being in a fairly good place financially to being not just a month-to-month, check-to-check situation, but even worse than that. We had to pick and choose what bills we would pay for a little while.
Right.
And so, I was working kind of around the clock on our real estate business here in Florida. My wife was working in California. She was flying back to California to work, and sometimes 2 nursing jobs, sometimes just 1 job with all the overtime that she can get. And she was working 12-hour shifts. She was working, sometimes 16-hour shifts. She would work a week, sometimes close to 2 weeks without a night off, and she worked the night shift. And not only that, but daytime when she should be sleeping, she was staying with her parents and helping them. She would take them to doctor's appointments, help them out. They're getting older and they have their health issues. And it was just, she wasn't sleeping, and I was concerned about her health.
Right.
And we had these properties here in Florida, which weren't doing as good as we thought because they were Airbnbs, and certain times of the year, we have hurricanes in Florida. They just don't do so well. So we were kind of struggling on both ends here, and we needed something, and we looked into different opportunities, and we'd been scammed on one as well.
Right.
So we needed something that we could build or do or invest in, or something that didn't take a lot of our time, because we didn't have much time either.
Right.
And we found this business just a little over a year ago. And it was actually somebody that we were connected with in real estate who had a sister that was doing this. And we would see her just sharing on social media, what she's doing and the success she's having. And she's a single mom with a full-time job and didn't have a lot of time herself, but it caught our attention because she was able to still build something.
Right.
And so that's what got our attention. And that's what kind of got us pursuing this business.
Wow. Wonderful. That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing, Josh. Wow. From your story, Josh, it's amazing that even after being through such a challenge where you were scammed, where you lost a lot of money, you still had the resilience and heart to continue and find something online. The beauty with your, your situation is that you had people that you kind of saw doing something, so you kind of had your surety that this is something that was at least legit, because they vouched for it and you are able to jump onto the opportunity. But again, like you said, the fact that they had so little time, but were able to build something on the side, that's amazing about this kind of a business opportunity, because as you're doing what you do best, it gives you the opportunity to put one foot in and try to build something. And eventually, if it's something that's, doing that well, it's something that you can easily turn into your full time, and that's quite an interesting thing about the business. Dorothy, do you have anything to say about Josh's submission?
Yeah, for Josh's submission, it's like they never give up on themselves, because when you hear his story and the wife, it's like some people, they can give up because they say, now we are scammed, everything is turning up and down for us. They feel like there's no other option there apart from but for them, I like the submission that they kept on pushing. They've never given up on themselves, knowing that there's something far better there. To me, when he was submitting, I saw like it's like, how do successful people make it? However much I feel, then like they were like, we have to look the way on how these successful people making it. They've never given up. That's the key point of whatever he submitted. I picked. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dorothy. Anything,
Yeah,
Dorothy M?
I only have one thing to say, that you have to really be at your bottom to try something, especially when you have lost, money in schemes and in investments. Yeah. So it was really, I like sometimes the problems that we get, we think that maybe it's not important, or maybe if you're a Christian, maybe God is not on your side or whatever. Yeah. But I think they put you in a position where that you try anything because you're rock bottom. Like there's nothing else. You just have to try it, and somehow it has to work. So it's good that sometimes we face some hard times and they kind of push us to get more. because of the place that you are. But sometimes when people are still working and they're getting all this money and they don't see a need to start a business, but because Josh and their wife, they had done it all and they still had, like, their life was really in a bad state, that's when these opportunities showed up and they took it and they ran with it. So if you're out there watching Josh today, it's your high time to see how you can change your life the way he's going to continue talking to us about. So thank you.
Yeah, and what I can add to that is that we always keep hearing this, that for every adversary there is a silver line. Okay, for every adversary there's a silver line. It means every challenge, I wouldn't want to use the word problem, because then I'll water it down. I'll call it a challenge. So for every challenge that comes is a silver line, is an opportunity. And within it is a greater force you could turn to good, because, like they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I think that's what I can draw from this, is that the more challenges they kept getting, even to the point that, the family at some point had to be apart. That's what it means. If somebody's in California and somebody's in Florida, that's a long way apart. Okay. So those are hours of travel if you have to be together again. And to endure that, just so you can see a better day, to be able to move things, it does something to you. And I think it's good fuel for anybody to continue to look. You can't give up on life, so it should only oil your it should only give you more courage to push on. Thank you, Josh, for that. Dorothy M, can you take the opportunity to ask Josh our second question, please? Thank you.
All right, thanks, Josh. So our next question is, how have you been able to identify a good opportunity to jump on now that you had tried other stuff they did really work? Then how did you know this one? I'm going to try it even if the others didn't work out. So how did you know?
Great question. That's a big question for a lot of people, and it's something that obviously we made a couple of bad decisions during our journey. One thing, for us, it came from a credible source, right? So that's, for us, that was part of it. But she was also showing her paychecks, what she was actually getting, and it's something that's real. And we had asked, my wife had asked our friend, hey, this thing your sister's doing, is it real? She's showing her checks, and she says, yeah, this is. Absolutely, it's a business that she jumped in and started last year, and the checks are real. She filed an income tax on that income. Well, okay, that's another thing. That's another big thing that make it real, right? We're paying taxes on our income. We get that tax document at the end, and it's tax registered in countries all over the world.
Right.
And so, for us, that was the key right there. We saw it was from somebody we knew. The checks we saw were real. And again, it's IRS registered, taxes are being paid on the income. And so we were pretty confident at that point that it was real. And we jumped straight into it pretty quickly at that point. Okay. Took action.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Josh. Yes, when you mention that the business, the opportunity is global, okay. I don't know of global scams that can last for years, okay. I know a scam can last months, but it can only last in one region. If it's a country or it's a state, it can last in an area, okay? And, but before you know it, it's been taken care of. And you'll hear stories that, I was scammed this way, I was scammed that way. But it's almost impossible to have something posing as a legitimate business, and it goes unseen on the web, because if you say global, it means it's online. It goes unseen for months, years, in so many countries. Surely that tells you that there is something here, and it's only up to you to do your due diligence, find out whether it's something you're cut out to do or not. Okay, take on the opportunity if you may, or leave to try something else. You know, that's a very big one, Josh. Thank you. And then when you mentioned that it's taxable, yes, if the IRS is on it, then it must be legit. Otherwise, businesses that are not taxable, we know the Federal Bureau to be on behind them and tracking them down and trying to close them. And this is not one of those. You know, the fact that it's taxable, that's another key factor, Josh. And someone you knew, okay, somebody in the family that was doing it, that's a big one as well. We usually get friends, you know, talking about things, and even the ones that we call scams, Josh, sometimes are people that we know. Okay, they've been scammed and they don't know they've been scammed. They bring an opportunity to you. You also think it's something worth investing in, only to find along the way that it's a scam. You know what I mean? So you are just a lucky man that you know, somebody that close you could watch for at least a year. Okay, and I mean, if it's a scam and they're showing you checks in a year, come on, it must be something there. There must be something there. So Dorothy M, Dorothy N, anything from you?
M?
All right, I'll say my part. All right. I love this part about the tax. So I'm going to add into Josh the way, you know, he saw that you can save a lot of tax. Anybody who is watching this video, if it wasn't for this business that I started last year, I would have had to pay back 21,000. That was 2023, because you know, the work that I do, I am a high income earner. But because of this business, I was able to go from minus 21 to positive 7. I don't know how, but I took it to a CPA, and he was like, you know, it was our first time, you know, because I have a doctorate. I went to school. So when I came back from school, I got a better job. So there's taxes in California. I think Josh knows, you guys, you know, it's high. So the bill was too high. And my husband was like, now your job, you know, you went back to school. Now we have a high bill. Now, how are you going to pay 21,000? And that you have already paid a lot, because my husband is W2, I'm W2. So you can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It was horrible. So in that time, I have paid still a lot, and he has paid a lot, and we're still being told we haven't paid enough. And my husband does taxes, and 2023, he was not able to do the taxes. He tried whatever he could, but we were not able to get away from 21,000 debt. Okay. Wow. So we had to take to somebody. So we took to somebody, and he was like, do you have anything, just something, a business? And I said, oh, I just started, I have this online market. Oh, I said, oh, bring it. And that was a game changer. I didn't even know this business will save me. I am telling you, it was just amazing. I was like, I didn't know that God brought this business in my life to just save me out of a 21,000 debt. And even positive, it was actually positive 9,000. And then we paid him the 1,300, and we were positive 7. So even it's paid everything. So
wow.
we didn't have to pay. So it was amazing, because he was able to take a lot of stuff. You know, we were able to take a part of the house as an office, blah, blah, blah. And so many other things that we can talk about to people that have, you know, they're interested. But you cannot go wrong by starting an online business that is legitimate and that is, you know, flexible. You know, it has everything in it. You know, flexibility, saves you on taxes, legitimate. And we are here. You know, we brought Josh, somebody who, you know, we don't know, is in the community. Now he's telling you how he saw the taxes. Now even they're saving more. It's just amazing. I don't know what people are waiting for. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's God's day, but I had to add that. It is just an amazing tax benefit having a legitimate online business. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you, Dorothy, for your submission. Dorothy.
Um, thank you, Dorothy. Thank you, Josh, for that wonderful submission. And Dorothy, when she was talking about the tax thing, that thing happened to me. But before our business, it's that's one of the main reasons that's anything paying tax, and it's not only in the US, it's globally. But my case, for me, I was good enough. I was advised by my tax expert. He just told me, you know what, Dorothy, better change this business to a company. Don't use your names. Use a company name. You're going to end up even not pay. We are not saying that you guys, you should not pay tax, or when when you start business with us, you're not going to pay tax. You are paying taxes, but the difference is here, you are a self-employed, you are a business owner. So what my tax expert explained to me is like, because before I was on a W-2, I was paying back because they were telling me that I'm not a low income like Dorothy. And then yet I have a kid, and I'm like, they say in America, when you have a kid, they're going to give you, there is that tax refund. Guess what, guys? I was not receiving any single penny that because of those kids, tax return things, because of they were telling me that your age bracket is not qualified for this, and I'm like, what? So, but since I started my business, then my tax experts advised me what to do, and they told him, how comes that this time round now the government is the one to pay me something?
Oh, actually, Dorothy, to correct you, I think it's not the age bracket, it's the tax bracket.
Sorry, tax bracket. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is tax bracket. So, and that's when we started like to put everything into the business through from my names, and the 2023 taxes were totally different. USA, they've never gave me something. Always, I was the one giving them back. And this time round, when I saw my tax return, I even told him, you know what? The thing I'm afraid of in this country is those 3 letters, IRS. Please don't bring me trouble. And it's like, Dorothy, you are self-employed. What the government does, most of the governments, they do think that all the business owners, one day, one time, you will get that opportunity to hire somebody, to give somebody a job. So they're trying to push you. They're trying to give something back so that they know anybody who is owning a business, it is not something easy, most especially in these countries. So they're trying to support you. So that's when I was like, what do I was like, since I came here, I was waiting for what to start this business.
Should have started earlier.
Yes, because to be honest with you guys, I was seeing this kind of a business, but I'm like, I was just crawling on it. I'm like, this is not for me. But the day change was knocking on my door, I've never thought, oh, I'm skeptical. They have ever scammed me, all this and this. That's when I jumped on it. So whenever I was seeing a lot of successful, I fired my boss, and I'm like, what was I like? I was waiting for what, So it's really amazing, but I'm glad we have professionals here. We have Dorothy as a doctor, David, IT. We have George here from the real estate and the insurance. So they're all professions, but most of you out there, if you're asking yourself, why do all of professional people here, they are starting up an online business? You can ask your question because these are big professions, right? So why do you think they're here, even talking to you on Facebook or wherever you are watching us? Just sit down. I left that question for you. When you get answer, go to the description. There is always a link, or inbox any of us. We will show you the way how we did it. Okay, back to you, David.
Oh, thank you, Dorothy. That was an interesting submission, and thank you, Dorothy M, for sharing. your experience about the tax element. I know for sure that I've been self-employed for very many years, both in my previous work environment in Africa and here in the US. The work environment in Africa is a little forgiving when it comes to taxation. You know how things are at home. The infrastructure is not really set to eye everything out there. Okay, so you can get away with a lot. Sometimes they don't come to your door until years, or they wait for you to do a big importation, and then they will wake up and say, "Oh, Adhere Systems, we don't see you anywhere." You know. Where is the taxation for so many years? And then you start working backwards. But here, the difference is this environment, these first worlds, they have infrastructure set in place. They're very diligent about taxation. Everybody has to pay tax and on time. And the beauty is, running a business, running your own business. Why we encourage you to run something is that when you're running a business, a lot of expenses are deductible. Okay, that is the word right there. Is that the things that you probably the things that you spend money on as a business, vehicle expenses, service, blah blah blah, and a lot of other expenses in between, they're expendable, and you can you first of all deal with that, and then look at what's left as your profit, and that's what they tax. So many times when you've just started your business, why Dorothy M and Dorothy N are telling you that they were, they were amazed at how much money they saved when it came to tax season, is because businesses weren't making that much money yet. Or if you look at the expenses vis-a-vis what is left to earn, they're like, everything is expendable. Most of it is expendable. And when they tally at the end of the day, you end up sometimes receiving something back from the state. And that's what happens here. Okay, tax season, that's usually what happens. Very interesting concept when you think about it, but it has been able to save some people a lot of pain and expenses that come during that kind of tax season. Dorothy N, this is your opportunity to shoot Josh a hot question for our viewers. Please.
All right. Thank you, David. So let's go to our third question, Josh. And this is, were there any moments when you felt like giving up? And if so, what motivated you to keep going? Because I know for all what you did, all the business you did, I know if you're starting up something, there's that extent where you feel like, maybe I should give a break, maybe I should give up. So were there any moments like those? And what motivated you to keep going?
Oh, man. Yes. So again, I shared our schedules, right? We didn't have much time. And my business demanded me around the clock. It's just constant, management issues and addressing things at our properties. My wife, I wish I could have been there, just do things to help my wife in California, but we were just kind of stuck. And then starting this business, now we were determined. We had a clear and very strong, powerful why in the very beginning. Whenever you would see us online like this in an interview, I shared over and over again, my mission is to bring my wife home.
Right.
Wow.
That over and over again, my mission is to bring my wife home.
The why.
In 2023, last year, because we just found this business in October of last year, the entire year last year, we saw each other for a total of 4 weeks. A week here, a week there. 4 weeks for the whole year. We would just talk on a video chat like this on our Facebook Messenger. That's it. And I would I know she's at work 12 to 16 hours every night, and when she would come home, it's like, okay, I don't want to call her because I'm hoping she's sleeping.
Right.
But then I'll see her online do something like, okay, she's helping her mom, right? And so that was a difficult thing. And we were as if we weren't busy enough, right? And so we have this business and we're just working it any way we can, any time that we get. And yeah, there were times where we felt like, oh my gosh, how in the world are we going to do this?
Right.
This is overwhelming. It's, we didn't have time as it was. But the automated system, there's automated systems with this business that really, really help make this possible in the little time we had. But just, there was exhaustion. But the thing is, quitting wasn't an option because we were already in that situation where we didn't see each other, and I didn't know how much longer we can go the way we were. I was concerned about her health more than anything else.
Right.
So, but always remembering the why, always remembering the mission. Your why has got to be big enough,
right?
Stronger than any obstacle that can come your way or come in the way of achieving that mission. And so we always had that. And the place that we were, right, we just had to have the right attitude, the right mindset of, okay, I'm thinking, here we are in this just place. We hardly see each other. We don't know how we're going to get out of this. We owe all this money to all these people, including the IRS.
Right.
But being in that place is like, okay, God must be doing something. And just, being able to, as a Christian, just knowing that God works in amazing ways. That's just one way to kind of keep the mindset right? As hard as it is. But just keeping the why, just knowing that one way or another, failure is not an option. We are going to bring my wife home,
right?
No matter what it takes. We're going to make this happen. There's other people as we got plugged in and started building the business, we see other people in the community having success all around the world, and it's amazing. And if anybody else could do it, we could do it too.
Right.
And we were just determined to make that happen no matter what. Just, giving up wasn't going to fix anything. It was just going to make us spiral further and us, grow further apart. Who knows what would happen, right? Who knows where we would be now, a little over a year later, if we didn't find this business. But you've got to always have that why, know what you want, know why you need it. And it's got to be big. It's got to be bigger than any obstacle that could possibly face you. And, that's what kept us going. No matter what we faced, that's what kept us going right there, because we had to bring my wife home. This wasn't the life and the marriage that we were meant to have.
Got it. Got it. Thank you, Josh, for sharing. Oh, heartfelt submission there. Dorothy, you want to say something?
Yes, when Josh was submitting, like the mission is to bring back the wife back home. It's like it's that why. Everybody in life, you always have that why. It's like, why are you breathing, right? And how can you maintain, you keep breathing? it's like you have to take care of yourself. You have to eat, because at the end of the day, you're going to collapse, right? So if you have that mission the way Josh has his, it's really everything. It is possible in life as long as you're determined and you're like you are ready to go for it and you're ready to change. And yeah, back to you. And let's we okay, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Josh, I wanted to give Dorothy an opportunity because she asked you that question, but things you spoke about right there, you talked about mindset. You
Yeah.
tuned your mind. You tuned your mind. Because, Josh, let me be honest with you. You are a business coach. I saw that.
Mhm.
And then you mentioned that you started in October last year. Okay.
Yep.
When I look at the time span between that time and this conversation and your coach, it tells me something.
Yeah, it's a mission,
Okay.
right?
Yes, it tells me
Let's
something.
go back to the
This
mission.
is a man on a mission. It just tells me something, because there are people that are doing this as a side business, and
Yeah.
it's totally fine. They have their 8 to 5s, but you see, like you said, it gives you it allows for that extra time to be used to build this business. You understand? And then that in itself, you'll grow. You'll see growth, and you'll make the money. It might take a little longer, but you'll finally get there. But then what does it say about a person that has made coach in such a short time? This is a mission. Okay. So by you telling me whatever you told our viewers out here tonight, that for you it was a mission, I could read that mindset already by just as having the conversation and knowing that you're a coach and you started in such a short time. It actually shows, that you went in with a mindset of this has to work, because I see an opportunity to bring back my wife from wherever she is back home, okay, and save her the many hours, the double shifts, and get her into normal working practice. So it becomes a mission, and it means that you're set out to do what it takes, to show up for your business, listen to your coaches, listen to your mentors, try to find all possible ways of trying to accelerate your growth and make it, because your only destination is up there, just to make it. So that was key, your mindset. And when you say that a stronger why, okay, to take away any obstacles, yes, that was your why. And again, it's such a very it's such a strong point. Automation, business automation, you took advantage of it, because you were like, how do we juggle between regular jobs and then this thing? How are we going to do all this? The beauty is there is automation in the built into the business, and you're like, oh, what better opportunity than work with something that has automation at the back of it all, built in to support the business growth. There's way too much you said. I'd like to have Dorothy say something before we can shoot you other question. Dorothy?
I'm just so impressed by the kind of, positive outlook on this business that Josh had. And it's just inspiring that somebody can come in, take up an opportunity and just run with it. Just run with it. Like, it doesn't matter the challenges. I'm sure Josh had challenges in that business. I don't think it was that easy. I don't think it was easy for Josh in any way, but I don't think those challenges mattered, because he knew where he was heading to. is just amazing. I was listening and I felt like you were just talking to me, and I felt like I need to get to that level of commitment because
Right.
I think you're taking us to another level of commitment when we start our online businesses. And it's just amazing that you're able to achieve that in less than a year. As a coach, that was just impressive. And I'm so happy that we are bringing people with these kind of stories for our viewers, just to tell you that it's achievable. It's either you win or you learn. So he did not learn, he won, you know. So
Exactly.
people are so skeptical out there. People are so, is it gonna work? Oh my goodness, am I gonna make the same money? Blah blah. Just have to come in with a strong wine like Josh and just blow it out, you know. So impressive. I'm just so happy to have you today, Josh, you know. Yeah.
Well,
Thank you very much, Dorothy. Thank you very much, Dorothy, for that addition. Um, yeah, Josh, I have another interesting one for you. I don't know what, I know that you have a background in real estate, you know, and obviously you mentioned insurance.
Yeah, insurance too.
And I'm going to be very honest with you, Josh. Both real estate and insurance, especially insurance, these are not very easy professions, you know, because with insurance comes creating relationships. You have to have many people to talk to, and you know, it involves a lot of convincing because, well, it depends also some in some environments, but selling insurance is not as easy. Well, it depends if you're an agent or if you're working under a company and you know you just have a role in there. You're part of an octopus. You know, you do your job there, and things things move on. But there is this insurance that I know of. The people that are in life insurance. Was it anything like that, Josh?
Yeah, insurance. I sold insurance as a producer, as you know, life insurance mainly.
Oh, life insurance, exactly.
Yeah, life insurance.
Okay. So anyway, I know that with that kind of a background, you now that I look at it, you put these skills to use. This is what happened here. You put these skills to use, your people skills, and that resilience and the patience that comes with selling real estate, because you got to be patient. It's a game of patience, you know, and strategy. You know, yeah, it takes something from it calls for a lot. Your character as a person reflects in some of these things that we do. Not everything we're cut out to do, because now, like real estate, you got to be patient. You make the money, but you got to be patient. With insurance, you talk to people; they don't make decisions instantly. Got to be patient, you know. But you're on it, but patient. So these are some of the things I think you put together and came up with all kinds of strategies and you know, that drive, you know, for this business, and you did quite a good job. That doesn't tell me you're highly tech savvy person like David here. I'm in cybersecurity. I design networks. I have my way with applications. So I could find it a little easier than the majority of people that work with technologies on the online, in the online space, okay? So again, it takes me to that place where I wonder, have you encountered any technical challenges or obstacles in the development or maintenance of your online platform, you know? And how have you overcome these challenges?
Yeah, I'm definitely not the most tech savvy person. If you go back into the 90s, I did have I actually have an engineering degree. That's so long ago. I don't remember anything. I mean, you know, technology changes so fast.
Right.
But the thing about this business is, even if you're not tech savvy, you can do this. There's so much of this automated. Okay. My background, my wife's background, we don't know anything about, all the tech stuff that happens here. We don't know anything about online marketing or advertising or any of that stuff. But we have systems that are automated that can essentially be plugged into, and there's training to teach you everything you need to know. There's not only is there an online training site with step-by-step video-based training, there's personal mentorship and coaching. Right. And, it was all new territory, but just being patient and following the steps through the training site, step by step. Again, regardless of the background, anybody can do this. Okay. That's the thing about this. Where there are challenges, I would say more or less learning curves, right? Because again, you don't have to be that tech wizard to succeed here.
Right.
But just being able to log in on a training site, and a lot of it is just really, okay, I can watch a training video and I can pause it, and then I can come over here and I can do it, and then I can go back to the video and play it a little more and pause it, and then I can go over to my other window here and I can do it. Easy. How hard is that, as long as you're willing to do it, right?
Right.
And then if I have questions, I have a mentor and a coach who have been doing this for a long time that can help guide me and show me.
Right.
So just, again, anybody can do this. You just have to take the time, go through the training, your coach and your mentor's there, just communicate with them and just do it. Be patient, be teachable, be coachable.
Right.
And you can win with this business.
Fantastic. Thank you. Self-explanatory. Can any of can we have somebody ask Josh the last question?
Okay, so before we go in for the last question, let's first play this and then we will be back.
I got fired from a job that I burned myself out for, and my biggest fear was getting fired. I was doing everything to avoid the exact thing that happened because I forgot that it was a transactional relationship. They didn't owe me anything beyond my pay, and I agreed to that. Yet somehow I lost sight of that along the way. They didn't say, hey, we guarantee you a job if you become an unrecognizable version of yourself and skip sleep and exercise and think about work 24/7. They didn't promise me a forever if I put work above relationships. I wasn't required to miss out on the moments that matter most in my life to secure a spot at the company. They didn't have to keep me. They never did. I was so mad, like, how could they have done this to me after I've done so much for them? But the joke was on me. I thought that if I gave 110% every single day of my life that they should too, but that just was never a part of the agreement. Are you losing yourself to a job that'll never give you half the amount that you're giving them? Because that sounds like a pretty shitty deal.
Stay tuned. We have a solution for you. All right. Okay. Thank you, David. And I hope if you are in that situation, I repeat it again. Inbox any of us here, wherever you are watching us, or go to the description link or in the bio. You will find a website link there. Just type in your name, email address. You will be straight. You will have any of us to, have a conversation one-on-one. And there's already a webinar. It is explaining all the detailed information actually you will love to know, even if you don't even reach out to us. But I believe as long as you sign in, you will be straight having all the detailed information you will love to know about this online business. Okay, so don't stay in a comfort zone, because in that comfort zone, there is no way you can get that financial freedom or build a generational wealth when you're still an employee or living on somebody's conditions. Okay. All right. So let's go to our last question. I know we've stretched our guest today. Are you still fine, Josh? Can we proceed with the last one?
I'm doing great. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. So, can you share any valuable lessons or insights you have gained from your experience, as an online business owner?
Yes, absolutely. So one thing I had a mentor teach me once that if you want to really increase your speed to success, you have to increase your failure rate. In other words, you're not going to be perfect. You're not going to start off and jump into this or anything else just winning with success. Okay, you're going to stumble around, but you got to take action.
Right.
The thing about this business is this system has been around for several years, and so many people who are realizing a lot of success have left footprints. Okay, success can leave those footprints,
Right.
and so we just have to follow that. Know exactly what you need. There's got to be a reason for most people that take this kind of action. It's usually because you're in a situation that you need out of, right? Whatever that may be. Know exactly what you need and why. We talked about that earlier, right? Why? Know why you need it, but you have to take the action. Be coachable. Okay. This system works. People all around the world are having a lot of success with this system, and they have been for several years now. Okay. So the only variable is the individual, you, right?
Right.
And so there's nothing special about anybody here, about me or anybody else. I mean, you've heard my situation. If you're watching out there, you're wondering if this is for you. Hey, you can do this too.
Right.
Anybody can do this, but just be coachable, be teachable. Okay. Know why you need it. Always hold that why in front of you and take action. Okay.
Right.
Just take action. Don't be afraid to stumble around. Just take action. Okay. That's the biggest thing. It's the action every day. Take action steps toward your success, and you'll get there.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you for those tips and insights. Very interesting one is increase your failure rate. Okay, what does that mean? You will fail. It's a given. Okay, you will fail. There's no guarantee that things are going to be smooth from beginning to end. You will try some things and fail at a certain point. Okay, if you're in this business or if you've done businesses before, everybody comes with their ways and methods of doing things. And guess what? We all try to apply our own, we try to put our own touch on things in life. There is a training and it shows you how to do things. But trust me, a lot of us will want to apply our own touch to kind of make it different. And in the process, we make mistakes. Sometimes it works in our favor, but many times we fail. And then try to tune here and there. And such is a given that you will fail at some point. But then Josh is saying to increase your success, you need to increase your failure rate. Fail again, but fall back and try to push. So thank you for your submission, Josh. Dorothy, anything? You're muted.
Muted.
Okay.
Dorothy M? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Josh, for that submission. And we are really, really humbled to have you here. And thank you. I could say I thank you so much for coming, and hope our viewers out there, if you're going to catch the replay, if you've just joined, just know you've just missed a wonderful testimony from Josh and his wife. So if you want to if you missed it, just go and watch the replay. Okay, just go and watch the replay. It's always there for you. If you have any question, inbox any of us, and Thank you so much, Josh, for that wonderful insights. And back to you, David.
Thank you, Dorothy, for your wonderful words. Dorothy M, anything?
Yeah, I just want to thank Josh for just showing up in our forum today. It was such a blessing and an honor to have him today, and kind of just put that extra push that we need to put extra, work in our own online businesses. And for our viewers, I think they have been really blessed with this testimony from Josh, and that, we can only give you the information. So I hope everybody who is watching us and who is gonna watch the replay, that they are going to take this information and turn it into a story they can be able to be proud of in their near future. Thank you so much, Josh, and please come back again. We'll be coming for you once you hit that 6A. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothy. Our viewers out there, I would like to let you know that both Dorothy N and Josh seem to have made coach in such a very short time. So this thing is doable, and I know Dorothy N is not an angel. She is a real human being. So if she can do it, so can you. And Josh right here is a real human being who has gone through challenges, the same challenges, probably even worse than what you have gone through. And he's right here, and he has scored successes. He hasn't said and promised you that there are no challenges or there are no failures. He just told you, but he just increased his failure rate and was able to score in such a short time. So this is doable. Josh, I would like you to say some final words to our viewers, and I think we should call it a wrap.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate everything, and you having me on here and allowing me to share. I love sharing our story, because if anybody, if it can help anybody, if it can encourage anybody, then it's worth it. We ended up retiring my wife after 5 months in this business.
Wow.
5 months, and by month 7 we were coaches.
Wow.
By month 7 we were coaches. Yeah. And we know that there's a lot of people out there in similar just painful, stressful situations like we were. Okay? There's nothing special about us. We did it, and we can help. Coach Dorothy can help. Dorothy, David. I mean, we're in this business. We know it. We're living proof that the system works. Right.
And we love to be able to help anybody out there that needs that change and is willing to make that change and take the steps. So that's what we're here for.
Oh, thank you very much. Wow. So much. Wonderful. Thank you very much. And with us, our viewers out there, we're saying thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you here again next Sunday, same time, 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and 9 p.m.
Yes, 9 p.m.
GMT.
Yeah.
10 p.m. GMT. Thank you for showing up, and we hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you. Bye-bye.
Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum
at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT.
This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and internet. If this resonates with you, don't miss this Sunday.